Hello everyone, this is Dare to Speak, and today we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of using the Ouija board. So here we go. Okay, we're going to cover the do's and don'ts of the Ouija board, and this is basically for all the people that are minors, 14, 15 years old, 16 years old. And I just wanted to cover this real quick because I think it's very important. First of all, I want to say that it's my personal advice. Of course, I can't tell you what to do. I can only advise you what to do. Is not to get involved with the Ouija board to begin with. There's just too much negative experiences with it. And believe me, I know I've been there. When I was 16, 17 years old, I used to mess with it. So, and it's because there's so many negative experiences where they just don't want to, unless you're with somebody who really knows what they're doing. So we're going to cover the do's and don'ts of the Ouija board. And this is for all the teenagers that, they feel that they have to use it or for whatever reason. So if you really do have to use it, let me just give you some of the do's and don'ts. The don'ts is this. First of all, you do not want to giggle or laugh or make fun, like crack jokes. You don't want to do that. Sometimes it happens, someone doesn't take it seriously enough, and then something bad could happen. And you just don't want that to happen, Secondly, never ever, whenever there's a spirit on the board, when you ask who's here and it starts spelling out the name and this and that, never ask it to show itself. Never do something like that. Because all you're doing is allowing it to come in, because the Ouija board is actually a conduit. It's like a window, and all you're doing is opening up the window. If it asks to show itself, or if you were to ask to show itself, never do that. It's a big mistake. Never ask it to materialize. You don't want it to materialize in front of you or do anything like that, or to show any signs of, if you're here, show me a sign, and then to hear something knock or some kind of noise in there. Never do that, because you don't know what's going to happen, and it will be very scary and sometimes very dangerous. You don't want to do that. You don't want to use cuss words. You don't want to insult it or get it angry. You don't want to say anything that would cause any kind of antagonism. So don't say anything bad to it as far as cuss words and things like that. You don't want to do that. And like I said, always be serious in this kind of thing. Well, that's enough of the background music. I just thought it would be kind of I don't know. But as far as the do's, you should always make sure before you do anything, you don't, like, if there's going to be a two-party, make sure there's always somebody having audio recording. It'll be a good idea to have an audio. You don't really necessarily have to, but unless you could actually remember when you say who is on the board and they start spelling out the name, and then you can remember. If something bad does happen, if it says the devil or demon or if it says I'm going to kill you or harm you or anything that might scare you, stay calm. And if it gets too overwhelming, stop playing and then first say goodbye. Because if you don't say goodbye, it'll stay on the board and it'll just manifest into your room. You don't want to do that. You don't want to let it do that. Say goodbye and then the planchette will move and it'll just go like to the side. Goodbye. Have white sage. Burn the tip of it for about 5 seconds, 7, 8 seconds, or whatever at the most. Either blow it out or shake it, and then the smoke will come out, and then just go all around your room, and this will remove negative energy. And of course, with all the cloud of smoke, if you breathe it in, it will calm you down. It's like a calming agent. It will calm your nerves. So just make sure you use sage and smudge just, all over the room or the area where you feel the negativity the most. And to always make sure that as you're using the board, as far as like the do's, like I said, always show it respect. Even if something is on the board that's evil, aside from being calm, always show respect. Just stand your ground and just say, okay, I'm gonna say goodbye now. I'm sorry, but I just don't want to talk to you. And just be polite and just go up and then just say goodbye. And then keep trying until you do get a good spirit. It's not going to be all that easy. Some spirits can pretend to be good, and then there's little signs here and there, because when it starts to ask anything, they might make you feel a little weary, so you don't want that to happen. And like I said, those are the do's and don'ts. I don't really think I've left anything out, as far as I know. But if you have any questions, if there's anything you want me to answer for you, I'll be more than happy to ask. To answer any questions that you ask, I'll be more than happy to help you with that. So again, to all of you, I really wouldn't use it at that age, but of course, kids being kids at that age, 15, 16 years old, I could understand, at that age. You get curious, I understand that. But just make sure to bear all that in mind. And again, if you have any questions, just post a comment. I'll answer them if there's anything that I haven't covered, if there's anything you want to know. And I'm trying to remember if I left anything out. There might be a few things here and there. But again, to all of you, take care.